Meet you. If you guys want to be on camera, let me know. If not, you guys are good.
Okay.
You okay?
Be in the camera? Sure.
Okay. If you want to come closer. Hi, nice to meet you, Dan. How's it going? It's your boy Tryst, by the way, guys. Holy Baloney Jabronis, and also Not Your Normal Discussion. Just meeting Victoria Fariello, who's running for New York Senate.
I'm running for State Senate. Yes.
State Senate, yes. And just tell the people, because like you already told me some things that I already love to hear, and especially recently covering, some of the more white supremacist friendly and pro-cop friendly candidates that are out there for either like state senate or like trying to do bigger things. You sound like a breath of fresh air. So if you just want to tell the people some of the things that you're pushing for,
Sure.
especially with this election coming up.
Sure. So, what's top, I think, of most people's mind is affordable housing.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to make sure that people can afford to stay here in New York, people who actually serve our neighbors and people who have run the restaurants, people who are nurses, our teachers. We can provide housing for them if we're willing to take the steps that we need to in order to limit the building of luxury buildings in our neighborhoods. And we should have community-led participation in any of these things that affect us.
Yeah.
We were speaking briefly about criminal justice, and as I said, I do not believe in a criminal justice system that is punitive. I believe in one that is restorative. So we want all our members to be contributing to society. We want people to be able to participate, to bring out the best in their talents to contribute to society, and that's what whatever criminal justice system is. That's where we should be looking for.
Oh yeah, I would love that. I don't know if you've heard or seen any documentaries on the Halden prison in Scandinavia.
No, so tell me a bit about that.
So their big thing is treating people very humanely. They each get their own room with their own showers, their own things, and I just recently heard that Eric Adams, he said he's committed to ending solitary confinement, but instead of putting people in cells, he's has this loophole where he's putting people in shower stalls and everything like that.
What?
Yeah. If you want to look into it deeper, because I just recently found about this, so it's not like I have all the details.
Solitary confinement does nothing for anyone. It's
No.
not, and it's harmful. And it's inhumane. It's crime against humanity.
Yeah, it's literal torture, and then especially with our city not having more for mental health in the first place, and then also we don't even connect mental health to the stress that we're all under.
Right.
We just think oh, it's just a chemical imbalance. Oh, it's just individual people failing or their brains not being good. Nothing about how this entire system is crushing down upon us.
Yeah, hugely. Well, especially with COVID, right?
Oh,
so many
COVID,
people,
monkeypox.
Yeah, so many people have been. We went through a pandemic where people were isolated in their homes, and that's really a huge mental strain on all of us, on anyone, regardless of whether you have mental health issues besides that. But certainly, and that's what we were talking before about the New York Health Act.
Yeah.
And that would be, an act that's a bill that's sitting in the state Senate. It's actually passed the Assembly, as I said before, multiple times. And it would give us universal health care. And that would include mental health. And that's so huge because right now, if you need to get mental health and it's not covered by insurance, which a lot of insurance don't cover them, you're going to pay something like $300 a visit. It's insane.
Yeah.
People can't afford that, but we can't afford to not provide this for people. So I think, that's huge. And the other thing that I didn't mention, but I think it gets often overlooked when it comes to healthcare, if we provide healthcare, we can really help our smaller businesses. Because having to provide healthcare is a huge economic burden for them.
Yeah.
So I think,
and it gives an easy excuse for not to raise wages, not to
hire full time.
Not to hire full time, not to give more benefits.
Exactly. So, I think it's criminal that the United States doesn't have it, but we can do it here in New York State. So let's do it here in New York State.
I like that. If there was one thing that if you knew for sure there was only one thing you were 100% going to accomplish in your first term, what would be that thing that you yes, this is what we're knocking out?
Oh my gosh, that's hard because they're all intertwined, right? They're all together. They're, healthcare, housing. Those two things go to our issue with the homelessness and safety in the streets. So both of those issues are huge. And corruption, of course, allows us not to to not provide the services that are needed, because we can hide how the money is actually spent, who is actually getting the benefits. So, sorry, I know it's not a one thing.
Yeah, no,
But
because that's like I've done a lot of work with the local mutual aid movements and everything like that. I was, even doing food giveaways on like weekends over there for a while, and
That's awesome.
yeah, it's just not just only sad. It's just like really when you fall through the cracks, there is really nothing to pick you up outside of like, hey, I mean, we're gonna sweep out your tents, we're gonna take away your stuff, and then offer you, if you want, a shelter, and if you want to be crammed with all these other people,
Right.
good luck,
Yeah, a shelter that's not safe or doesn't feel like it's not a home for you.
That, and like the guards, of course, like if there's fights break out, if people steal your stuff, it's just like, good luck, I don't know what you want me to do. And it's just saddens me because like growing up in New York and then like going away and coming back, it's like it feels like a totally different place. And you sound like someone I can believe into, like, at least I'm not even the biggest like electoral minded type of person, but I believe we do need a dual system of like getting the right people in, and then also at the same time making sure there's community pressure to both work with those people who are actually like committed to doing the right things for the community, and also pushing on people who, in the same type of vein of like, the people who got us the Civil Rights Act weren't necessarily the most,
Right.
pro-black and
Right.
pro-civil rights type of things, but putting that pressure on. So,
Well, you got to know how to work with people who don't agree with you, right?
Yeah.
And how to bring them over to your side. And
What's-
also,
no, continue.
no, so, and how, and even when you don't, you need to know when the negotiations have failed, and now you got to fight.
What's one thing you think would be the thing you could use to help pull, whether it's, Democrats on your own side or Republicans, to support some of the initiatives that you're most pushing for?
Honestly, it's really talking to people. It's really being connected with the community. I've spoken to a number of Republicans, actually. People who say, nah, sorry, I'm not voting in the primary, I'm a Republican. But I like universal health care. We have created such a division in our country. We've allowed, our presidency, but, even before, there's an increasing...
It's tribalism.
Yeah. And when in the end, going from community to community, you'll see we all want the same thing. We all want a home we can live in, we want to go to a doctor without going broke, and we want to have a government we can rely on.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like, I definitely got to do more research, but you're inspiring me right now.
Okay.
Like, you got,
Good.
thus far, you got my vote. So,
Aw, thank you.
it's nice to meet you guys out here.
Likewise.
Nice that you're out here, and hopefully I can put this up, let more people know just in
I
general.
appreciate it.
And I hope you win.
Thank you.
I
so
want to
much.
see you do great things.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
It's great to meet you, Tristan.
Nice to
Thank
meet you too. And just if you want to shout out like where to look for more of you online.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Absolutely.
like
So
when
I'll
we
give
when
you-
stay to vote.
Yeah, I'll give you my info. Oh, right now, I'm sorry. Yes, I do. So you can go to my website. It's VittoriaNYC.com, and it's Victoria with 2 T's. There's no C in my name. So VittoriaNYC.com. You can go there. You can see, you can volunteer. You can see my platform. You can see who I am, and you can reach out to us if you have any questions through our platform. We try through our website. We try to answer any questions that come in.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.